go almost 6 years of just sitting there doing nothing,
Yeah.
they do fall apart easily. Like the soul of this one is starting to rip.
Check 1, 2.
Hi.
1, 2.
We're ready.
Cool.
We are rolling. We just started rolling, so you guys are free to go. Here we go.
Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with Blockbuster Banter. I'm your host. Here with. Today we got news. I think.
Yeah,
I
we
think
do have news.
on a couple
So
new things.
D23 recently happened, and I just wanted to take like a quick, probably 2-3 minutes, give or take, of just talking about what came out at D23. News. I would like your thoughts specifically on these first ones. Not that I don't want them on the rest, but first, Toy Story 5 is going to be about toys being replaced with
with
electronics.
robots or some shit.
I think just electronics in general, like iPad kids.
The toys fight iPad kids. They're fucked. They thought the Crayon kids were bad, but what do I think? I don't know. I feel like Toy Story 4 ended off fairly well.
You like Toy Story 4?
I don't like how they made Buzz super fucking
I
stupid.
agree with that. That is my least favorite part about Toy Story 4, but I am on the side of the fence that really likes Toy Story 4.
It was fun. I liked it. I feel like Forky's it's original. It's like a little kid making a toy that works.
Yeah.
But like robots, this is the problem I had, or lack thereof, actually, with Top Gun Maverick, with Kane being like, "I'm gonna replace you guys with drones," El Bozo, whereas opposed to being like, I saw a trailer on Netflix for some AI home assistant thing that kills the family, and I'm like,
yeah,
bruh,
I saw that.
just say thank you to Siri and you're gonna be fucking fine. They're not gonna do anything.
Me saying thank you to ChatGPT so he doesn't
Each and
kill
every
me.
time. So it doesn't kill me. Yeah, not hyped.
I'm with you there. Not hyped.
Desafortunadamente, not
Yeah,
hyped.
not
hyped.
Incredibles 3. We didn't get really any news. We just know it's in development, and Brad Bird is returning to direct it. No. That's me. Those are my thoughts. I don't want it.
I could be here nor there. I haven't even seen the second one.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
If you really like the first one,
I do. The first
yeah,
one's fucking amazing.
I don't like Incredibles 2. The one thing I love about Incredibles 2 is switching up the main character from Bob to Ellen. And she does great in the movie. The villain honestly makes or break an Incredibles movie, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's like, it feels very, like, especially with the soundtracks and all that, it feels very, like, noir, 60s, 50s espionage, like. So, yeah. It's like a Bond movie. So, of course, the villain's going to make or break.
I agree. And her name is Evelyn Dever. Evil Endeavor. Yeah, it's bad. I think Nathan Fillion is in that movie. I think.
Oh my god, I love Nathan Fillion. Shout out Rookie.
All right. Now these two I'm very excited for. We all Zootopia 2. Zootopia is my favorite animated movie of all time. It's
really good. I didn't know they were making another one, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it got like Twitter announced like roughly a year ago, but it got officially announced.
Did you just dead name X? That's a Tyler Garber quote. That's why I reference it.
Yeah,
I know. Not to dead name Twitter.
One of my favorite things I've ever said.
Do we have the plot for that?
Not yet.
They're just
but
like...
they are adding reptiles, and we are exploring a part of the city called the Marshland. Because I don't know if you recall in the first movie, they have the map of Zootopia and all of its areas, and Marshland is one of them. And we get to meet reptiles this time.
That's pretty sick.
That's all we know. That's all they told us at D23.
What is that?
Disney D23 is a convention. I believe the public is allowed to go, but the main point of it is for Disney's investors to come.
Oh.
And Disney basically just shows off, hi, this is all what we're doing with all of the IPs that we control.
What's an IP?
I don't know what IP stands for. Basically franchise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's just
probably
another word
something
for
property.
franchise.
I don't know.
Yeah. But like Star Wars is an IP, but it's also a franchise. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
something patented, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, yeah, like I said, I don't know everything, so I can't give you the straightest answer. But yeah, it's just for Disney to be like, hi, this is what we're doing. Please keep giving us money so we can do these things.
Right. What else did they do? We had Zootopia 2.
The last one, and then there's one more there are two more I want to talk about after that. They did a few more things, but I just don't care.
Big Hero 6 2.
Hot take, I would actually watch that, even though the first one's kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
I liked all the characters in Big Hero 6. I just didn't like the villain.
I agree. I feel like the antagonistic just part of the movie. If you can have two halves, protagonistic and all its forces and people, and antagonistic, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. They also announced Frozen 3. I did not see any plot details. They asked a bunch of questions on Twitter, and the only one that stood out to me was, why doesn't Anna have powers? Hot take. Anna should have always been the fucking queen, and I liked Frozen 2, and I hate the first one. I think.
These are your hot takes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a genuine hot take. When I told two of our coworkers,
I was in the room.
in our department. Oh yeah, you were there. Yeah, you saw how those two reacted to me saying I thought
What?
to not only liking Frozen 2 but disliking the first one. I can't. I hate Frozen. I think it's just Let It Go. I cannot pinpoint a reason, and I think my hatred of Let It Go seeps into the rest of the movie, which is unfair to the movie, but sometimes
it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Frozen 2 though, I really really like.
Never seen it. Another double feature, I guess.
Mayhaps one day.
I wouldn't mind, yeah.
I think we do it closer to Frozen 3.
What else we got?
But yeah. Then they also confirmed Avatar 3 is called, I think it's Ash and Fire.
Oh yeah, the blue guy one. The Blue Man Group. Yep.
The Blue Man Group. The Ash people, I think, are like gray, but not because they are actually gray, but because they have ash on them. Yeah. They like fire, and they're very aggressive compared to the other Na'vi. One of the promo arts that they showcased had one of the military Na'vi people from the second movie there. Because I think he was presumed dead, but it turns out he's alive.
I don't even remember the first one. I didn't watch the second.
No, fair enough. Oh, that's right, yeah.
They're cool concepts, though. I remember really liking the first one.
Yeah, no, you should. They both made $2 billion for a reason.
That's true. That's true.
They're both very good movies, in my opinion. I do like the first one more, but I'm happy the second one exists, and I fuck with the second one. And the last one, but that's just because I'm a Star Wars fan. This one did go a bit longer than I expected.
That's okay.
No, my notes. But we are finally getting another Star Wars movie in theaters after The Rise of Skywalker, and that is The Mandalorian and Grogu, which this is my hot take as a Star Wars fan who's very much a fan of The Mandalorian and loves those characters, loves that side of the universe, and I really want to see where it goes. Star Wars Heir to the Empire should have been the only movie to come out of the Mandalorian side of the universe. I do not like that Mandalorian and Grogu are getting a movie before they're getting season 4. It is obnoxious and annoying. I know this doesn't affect you because you're not a Star Wars fan and it's going over your head, and I can see the dumbfounded look on your face. But just me personally, as a Star Wars fan, I don't see anyone else upset about it, so that might also be another hot take. But I personally, this is on the books. I will stand in my corner.
No, I'm saying
alone.
one for the books.
Oh, I thought you said off the books.
No.
My bad. Yeah, I just think they should build into a movie and not have a movie just randomly in the middle.
That's
Yeah.
that's fair. I would agree with that sentiment in anything. Like, if there was a rookie movie, I would eat that shit up.
You would want it to be the end, right? You wouldn't want there to just be a random rookie movie and then more show and then a
Dude.
final climactic movie.
Yeah, that actually would be weird if we got like season 7 a movie, and then the show goes to like season 15. I'd be
The
like,
only
whoa.
time I'm okay with a movie just randomly living in the middle of something is the Demon Slayer movie.
Oh, the Mugen Train.
Yeah. I am A-okay with Mugen Train's existence purely because Mugen Train is too short to be adapted into an anime. It's
enough.
2.5 volumes. You can't adapt that into a I mean, you can. They did, and it was bad. It was too bloated and too long, in my opinion.
Oh, dude.
8 episodes is too much for what Mugen Train is. It's just Mugen Train is just too short of an arc. But that's a bit different. That's I don't know. But that's the movie news from D23 that I care to cover. Pixar had some things too about their movies besides Incredibles 3, and they're getting a TV show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I did hear about that. Just some random fucking TV show.
Yeah, I'm already amazed that they did things like Monsters at Work and Cars on the Road.
I would fuck with an Inside Out TV show.
That's one of them. It is. I guess I do actually. I don't know if the emotions are gonna be in it or if they're gonna make cameos, but it is
Daughter Island.
Thought
Daughter Island. We need that.
We need it. That's actually the TV show. No, I'm kidding. No, the TV show is Dream Productions. I don't think that's the exact title, but it's a bunch of Riley's dreams. Because if you remember, it's like a movie studio that makes her dreams.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It'll be a concept that I'll probably tune into once like trailers and more information about the show comes out.
Of course.
But yeah,
Movie news.
that is movie news. But yeah,
And now
tell us what you guys think of all my hot takes, because I know I had quite a few in the comments, and also what you think of the upcoming D23 movies in general.
What are you excited for?
Yeah, exactly. I want to know what you guys are excited for. Oh, you know what? I do want to talk about one more piece before we move on to our next bit. I know it's been a while, but you've already seen who's playing Doctor Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies, right?
Oh yeah. Robert McDonald.
Yeah,
Downey Jr.
Robert McDonald Jr. himself. I've thought about it, and my initial reaction was one of, huh? Why? This is weird. I was not excited like everyone at Hall H at Comic-Con was.
Yeah.
But after I've thought about it, I think it's actually going to be really, really good. And I don't think they're bringing back the Russos and RDJ just because they're the money makers of the MCU. Because if they were to do that, they would have... Maybe the Russos. But if they were to bring back RDJ, I think they would have done it already. If they were doing it purely
That's fair.
for money.
When was
They're
Infinity
obviously
War? Like
doing it for money.
2018? Was
Endgame
Infinity
was
War?
19.
19? Yeah, that's 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
So all of the accusations that Marvel is only doing this for money, I mean, obviously they're doing it for money.
They need
but I don't think-
longevity,
yeah,
so.
I don't think they're solely doing it for money. I think they have plans for a really good story, and I actually think they can pull this off really, really well if Doctor Doom isn't a Tony Stark variant. He just happens to look like Tony Stark.
That would be really cool.
Because this is the multiverse, and anything can happen in the multiverse.
And there's a comic series where Doctor Doom and Tony Stark go to university together, and then they end up swapping bodies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I forget Doctor Doom's real name, but
Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom, who has that body with Tony Stark in him, gets like shut-eyed and like goes into the shadows because now Victor is in Tony's body and he's using Tony's prowess and money and all that shit. So
Oh, interesting.
I wonder
That's
if they
cool.
might use something with that.
I wonder too. That would be.
It'd be pretty rad.
I'd like to see that story.
Yeah.
That's a story I don't know, so I'll have to look into it more. I like that. That sounds like a fun one.
It's a good one.
But yeah, in the multiverse, anything can happen, and yes, he can be a Tony Stark variant, but he needs to be Victor Von Doom.
Agreed.
For one, we've already had 2 other Doctor Dooms in live action, and both of them are bad.
Yeah. They are.
So, yeah, just Doctor Doom in general is just a very beloved villain. He's like, I'm scared to say what I'm about to say. Marvel fanboys do scare me. A villain more popular than Thanos. Always
Duskies.
has been. I always think he will be.
I don't think Thanos was even that popular before the Infinity Saga.
Nope.
TBH.
Here's the honest truth. The Infinity Saga made pretty much everyone in it a household name. People who are Marvel fans know who Iron Man is. But like, for example, everyone knows who Superman is, whether or not you're a DC fan.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who the Wolverine is,
The
or
Flash.
Professor X, or the Flash, or the X-Men are. Those are like the true, genuine household names.
Yeah.
The Avengers, they were nothing before the MCU. The MCU was made up of the Avengers because they couldn't sell the movie rights of the Avengers, and that's all they had to work with in 2008.
Really?
Yes, the Avengers were not a popular group. They sold off
my
their
God.
popular groups, and that's why all of the early 2000s...
Oh, like the Fox
Yes.
verse?
Mm-hmm. So like all of those Fox movies, Sony movies that were Marvel before, pre-MCU, and some post. Kraven the Hunter looks bad. Kraven the Hunter looks bad.
Isn't that Aaron Taylor Johnson too?
Yeah. It looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad.
My boy.
I'm not watching it. But that is the story. Yeah, the popularity of the Avengers skyrocketed because of the MCU. Whereas the DCEU, thank God it's over, was popular because the characters involved were already popular, so everyone wanted to see them on the big screen. You can have a bajillion, which we need to stop doing this, by the way. You can have a bajillion Superman actors because everyone loves Superman.
Yeah.
Versus if you have like 15 different Iron Mans, it's not going to work.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. But what were your thoughts on RDJ coming back? You're obviously not as big into Marvel or superheroes as I am, but I'm just curious what your initial reaction was because we never talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more of a DC Comics side
Fair enough.
guy. Like the Flash is one of my favorite.
superhero of all time is Batman.
Dude,
Yours
the Flash
Fuck
is
yeah.
my favorite hero. I love the Flash. I've read so much Flash. I've read so much Deathstroke shit and Green Arrow because of Proxy. I was into X-Men, but yeah, all that to say, the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom wasn't much of my comic knowledge, whereas I had a little more for other MCU contributions. So I think I'm on the surface level side of why'd they bring him back?
Yeah.
So I could go in either direction where if it's executed well, like with that one story where him and Victor swap bodies or some bullshit like that, and then maybe he uses that against the people in the MCU, like the heroes, that'd be kind of cool. But if it's kind of just like, I'm Dr. Doom, I'd be like, fuck, dude. Now it's just Robert Downey Jr. playing a villain that could have probably...
I mean, we saw him in Oppenheimer. RDJ he's not always Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, just for an example. But I do agree with you.
If there's... I can imagine there was someone that would portray it better than he could. However, that's not to say that
he wasn't my fan cast.
that he couldn't do a great job.
Yeah. The reason I just bring up him in Oppenheimer is purely because, like, a lot of people are scared that he's just going to act like Tony, but knowing what he can do, what he did in Oppenheimer, like, he can act.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he couldn't beforehand. Tony Stark's a great character. He always learns from his mistakes.
I see you also watch YouTube shorts.
Yep. Get our look at our Rocky IV robot short.
The plug. We have plenty.
We have a lot. But no, yeah, I just wanted your thoughts on that, and I figured movie news was a really good time to talk about it because it's a decently recent thing, and yeah. But I'm ready to move on if you are.
For the main event.
No, one more.
Oh,
We also want to start talking about, very briefly, this one will actually be a minute, because I didn't watch a lot of stuff this week. But we want to start talking about the things that we watch outside of the movies that we watch for the podcast. This week, I've started rewatching Gravity Falls. Watch Gravity Falls. It's awesome. It's great. We all love Gravity Falls. But I started rewatching Gravity Falls. Obviously, I watched Demon Slayer for the anime corner. But that's honestly all I've been watching. It's 2 rewatches right now. And I've been watching Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, but that's just because that's currently airing. It's GOAT, just like the original show. But please go watch those things. I did also see, since our last recording session, Deadpool and Wolverine, great MCU movie.
fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then I also watched It Ends With Us with Blake Lively. So I got the Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively duo. If you liked the book and Colleen Hoover, go watch the movie. I don't want to comment because I'm going to get ostracized.
Yeah, Colleen Hoover fans I wouldn't mess with.
Exactly. I'm not going to mess with them. I might like the movie. I might not have.
You'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know Tyler Garver's thoughts on It Ends With Us. But yes, I recommend all of those things to everyone. Yeah, I didn't watch anything that I just found abhorrent. And you mentioned...
Yeah, you're more of a watcher guy. I
Yeah.
find myself, whenever I'm intaking media, it'll typically be movies or sometimes books. So I'm reading a book
Reading
on...
any books?
I'm reading stuff on gene sequencing and, like, gene modification and mutation
that's
to
interesting.
alter the probabilities of, like, what humans will come into fruition with, like, in vitro fertilization and CRISPR-9 and other techniques. It's so fucking cool.
That does sound really cool.
But I mean, I've been watching on and off Gossip Girl by proxy with a friend, just because they'll be on like season 2, and then they'll be on season 5, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? All I gotta say is, why did they make kids horny, and why did they give kids alcohol, and why were people okay with that? Like the first season.
Sounds like Euphoria.
Exact. Euphoria made me so uncomfy, dude.
Yeah.
These are children. No. Color in the lines and do your geometry homework. Why are you doing cocaine and fucking your best friend with their... That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But all right. So that's the media that we've watched. That's the movie news. We probably won't do movie news every time because movie news doesn't come out every week.
Yeah.
But we want to just do the media thing, just to
Fun.
get
It's
more
fun.
things out there, get more conversations going. So tell us what you guys watched in the comments if you feel like it. But here we are,
We are here.
our favorite fearless hero. Can I say that, even though we're only talking about the first one?
Yeah.
I can, yeah.
The
Our
first one's kind of
Leche
like an
Whisperer.
epilogue. I don't know. We're going to
Epilogue?
talk about it. Well, not really, but we're going to talk about it. But then I feel like a majority of the discussion
Oh, 100%.
of the Socratic seminars
I
going
didn't
to come
even have
from
a full page of notes on the first one.
I almost didn't.
I have 2 full pages for, or no, I have almost 2 pages. I think I'm like 3 notes short of having 2 full pages for Puss in Boots 2.
It's one continuous doc on the app. My computer died. And so...
It's still here though.
Yeah.
Let us honor the computer.
Moment of silence. Oh, it died. I get it.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second. But yeah, we're doing double feature of Puss in Boots
Let's go.
and Puss in Boots.
He is our favorite
Fearless.
fearless hero. He is our favorite fearless hero. Puss in Boots.
Which is a
But
bit
yeah.
of foreshadowing.
The first thing, which I thought was really, really funny, you and I have very different opinions on the 2011 animation.
Yep.
Because my first note is, brother, ugh, 2011 animation makes me sick.
My first is, wow, looks surprisingly good for 2011. It's
I'll
complete.
send you that meme that I made that I never posted on our Instagram with
Okay.
no context.
Oh, yes!
I still have a week to figure that out.
Yeah, you should. It was a good meme.
Cause yeah, I just can't get the top parts in.
Yeah.
So I might edit the meme
Dude,
in
yeah, 'cause
general.
we're
but I
the
will
two
send it to you
wolves.
so you can at least put it here.
We're the two wolves.
Yeah, the two wolves. I'm happy that you can enjoy it though. Because most of the movie I wanted to barf looking at it.
There were some parts where, like, I don't know, because when I think back, it's kind of similar with video games where if you play something like Rampage or Rampage 2, shouts out PS1 Rampage.
Dude.
Such a great fucking game.
What a deep cut. I love it.
Like, I'd play that with my brothers and they'd be like, it looks like a real shark attacking a building. But then you play, like, Ghost of Tsushima and you're like... And so, seeing 2011, I expected a lot more, like, monsters versus aliens or...
Oh, gross.
Or, I don't know, something along those lines.
Yo,
like,
can you bleep that out? No, I'm kidding.
the movie that shall not be named, or like Planet 51 or some shit. That's what I would think. Because sometimes I forget I low-key
You
have
just
seen
unlocked
movies.
a memory.
Right?
You just unlocked a core memory bringing up Planet 51.
When I see those movies, I'm like, those are from their era. But this one, I was surprised to see like the reflection on fur and shit like that.
That is true, because I remember you mentioning the fur looked really, really good. And I agree that the fur looked really good. I think it was more so the people, Jack and Jill, and also Humpty Dumpty. that
Oh
made
yeah,
me
why
wanna
were Jack
puke.
and Jill fucking?
Yeah, that's actually one of my next notes. Aren't they? I did look it up, like 2 or 3 days ago in preparation for this. They're just a married couple. I don't think the movie conveys that at all.
Oh, wait, Jack and Jill in the
Like
like
they
fairy
aren't
tale?
related. Jack and Jill in the fairy tale are siblings.
Okay.
Which is why the movie needs to clarify that in the movie they are not. Because if they're going to be the characters from the fairy tale,
Hopefully
I'm
they're not
going to
fucking.
assume that they are siblings and they are having children and fucking and very clearly in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
And that was the choice of all time for those two characters.
Yeah. Nothing. Literally, the plot wouldn't have. I've been trying to not say literally
Because
after
of after
last
what happened
episode.
last time.
However,
He doesn't want to be stricken by the counter.
I digress. But they could have had any other relationship. They could have been neighbors.
Yeah.
And the plot would have been the exact fucking same.
Yeah, because like their baby was just a fucking pig.
Yeah.
Like, what? I will say
goodness
Jack and Jill are
gracious.
my least favorite parts of, or my least favorite part of Puss, of actually both movies.
Yeah. I feel like they were a good. Well, I
Their
feel like
voice
they were.
actors did great though.
I agree.
I wanna add some positivity here.
I think they were there, and I think maybe this might be why they didn't succeed as like an antagonistic force toward the beginning, was because they were just supplementary to getting the beanstalk, and then I feel like the main conflict was the heist or whatever, the redemption that Humpty was trying
I
to
agree.
bring back in the
agree.
second half of the movie, or even second, third, and on.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Jack and Jill kind of give me Goldie and the Three Bears vibes, but Goldie and the Three Bears are Jack and Jill done right, because they
I
are
agree.
are supplementary to getting the map to the Dark Forest. However, they are an antagonistic force while in the Dark Forest, whereas Jack and Jill are not at the Beanstalk.
yeah, and also the Goldie and the Three Bears like have a backstory.
Yeah,
An
they have
introduction. They have
themes.
depth. Yeah,
they have themes and depth.
They have their own bars.
So that's just how I feel about Goldie and the Three Bears and Jack and Jill. They give off very similar vibes. One is just written correctly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the word. I'm gonna use the. I'm
Objectively right.
Yeah. On the subject of like criticisms that we have from the movie, I really do like the Spanish culture influence that both of
Yes.
these movies have.
Yes.
As somebody who gets to hang out with you all the time, and you teach
Always.
me a lot,
Yep.
and so it's really fun to see that in a movie too. The second one does not apply to what I'm about to say. The first one to me does not feel part of the Shrek franchise. I think they sacrificed too much of Shrek's aesthetic that they brought back in Puss in Boots 2 to make the perfect blend of
Really?
culture
How do you
and
oh,
Shrek
okay.
franchise.
How do you feel so? Because when I was watching both, I it it I knew it was in the same universe because I knew Puss in Boots, but especially watching the second one, it felt like it's such a strong, independent film from everything else. Where I feel like if I watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I'd be able to pick it up without having seen anything else.
I agree with that entirely.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need to watch the first. We honestly did not need to watch Puss in Boots to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah.
We just did it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the first movie to me just doesn't. It just feels like a heist movie using some named characters.
Yeah, fair.
But the reason I think the second movie does fit into the Shrek franchise, not that I do still agree with you that you don't need to watch the rest of the franchise or even the first Puss in Boots movie to watch The Last Wish. It is a beautifully crafted independent movie. It gives off the fun, whimsical, magical fairy tale vibes
Yeah.
of Shrek better than the first movie.
Oh, of course.
Where the first movie, Jack and Jill don't feel. They might be from the fairy tale, they just don't feel like they are.
Yeah, they don't
and,
feel like
come to-
fantastical
Yeah.
as other fairy tale, like the
Like the other
dragon
fairy
or
tale
the blind
creatures.
mice
Yeah.
in Shrek. You're like, that's them, and they're witty.
Yeah, because the aesthetic of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like all the towns, is still very Spanish influence. But even there, we have the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
And that immediately is more Shrek than anything from the first movie.
Of course.
In my opinion. Like, Puss in Boots feels generic. Like, it doesn't have its identity because it tried to pull away from Shrek too
Yeah.
much instead of embracing the type of world that Shrek is. And so when they made The Last Wish, they kept the Spanish influence, which thank God, because that's my favorite part
Yeah.
of Puss in Boots, and sprinkled some Shrek into it, which is, I think, the way to go.
I think the first one still retains some of the comedic aspects because, like, what did I write down? Like in the bar scene at the beginning where he's trying to figure out, oh, Jack and Jill, there's a rumor. The guys have the tattoos of the fairy tale and the beaks are just
yeah.
in random spots.
That's a good point,
I was
yeah.
cracking up.
I like that.
I found
I
that
like
so
the tattoo,
fucking
yeah.
funny. And like how people just accept this talking cat. Some cats are sentient, some aren't. And so I feel like there are some elements, thinking about it now, from the Shrekiverse, the far, far away-verse.
I love both of those names.
But I would agree with what you're saying in general, where it kind of just it worked a lot better in the second movie.
Yeah, I see.
They had their grounds, they had their footwork.
Yeah, I agree. I think they definitely listened to a lot of the criticisms brought about by the first movie when they made the second one. I am gonna say I think the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is the most random sequel of all time. Because like the first one did not do that great critically. I think it might have done well box office. The second movie was announced, I think, shortly after the first one, if I recall correctly, and then was in development hell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took a really long time for this movie to get made.
Yeah, wait, when did 2 come out? In the 2020s, yeah?
I think 21 or 22. I
Yeah.
think 22. 22 sounds right, because I've only had one Florida trip since it's come out.
Ah, okay.
And my second Florida trip since it's come out is coming up. By the way, mentioned this last time, I think, at least.
You did in the corner.
I did in the corner, that's why, yeah. But I'll just remind everyone here, because this is our main content. The corners are great. Watch our corners, mostly the podcast. But I'm so excited for Music Corner. But I am going on a trip to Florida soon. 2 weeks from today, actually, I will be leaving. So we will have 2 episodes of Blockbuster Banter on the go. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure out how we were gonna record when I am literally across the country and could not possibly get further away, without also being in the same country.
You could be in the Florida Keys.
The what?
The Florida Keys, that would be farther.
Oh, yeah, those are. Yeah, you're right.
90 miles from Cuba.
Yeah. Okay, well, guess I'm going farther. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go beyond Garv.
But yeah, just look out for that. We're not gonna stop. I'm gonna skip a few of these. But I like Kitty Softpaw's introduction. That's the next
Alright.
thing I would like to talk about.
I like that.
If there's nothing you have.
No, I'm pretty sure what I want to talk about next is farther anyway.
Oh, okay.
I like her introduction of both movies. It feels very similar to each other.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that we talked about that when talking about the. Yeah, I agree. It was very similar.
It feels like the second one would have been the same as the first. And I'll explain what I mean. It feels like it would have been the same as the first one had they not already known each other. Because in the first one, there's no dialogue exchange, and then she's
That's
kind of
true.
just there.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know this guy, so she's like, I'm going to keep doing this fucking heist. Whereas in the second one, where it could have turned out to be the
Puss.
same thing, that she's like, you motherfucker. And so I really like her introduction, plural, in both of them introductions.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that's a good point. I really like both of them too. That's a cool way to put it. I didn't think of it that way, but I really like that.
Oh, and in that scene, I like how Puss cut out a him-shaped
Yeah.
entrance in the window.
I also really like the dance fight. And while they were running, Puss said, "Everything is better with Latin chase music."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I have a note that says flash mob.
Flash mob.
I love a good
Yeah,
flash
the flash
mob.
mob was funny. Yeah, what happened to flash mobs?
I don't know. dude.
Petition for flash mobs to return.
Bring them back.
Uh,
I'll bring them back. I'll be the one to do it. I promise you.
yes, yes, yes. And then we meet Humpty Alexander Dumpty.
I forgot that was his full legal birth name.
Yeah. I kind of like his introduction, just because like I really like these. Come on, one last job for old time's sake heist movies.
I'm retired. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm retired.
I can't do another
Celia
one.
told me that I gotta leave the game. No, Bobby, we need you for one more heist, but I can't. What about Celia? Bobby, forget it. This is the big one. The one we've always been after.
Wow,
They're always the same.
Yeah.
They're always the same.
And GTA 5.
GTA 5, literally.
The entirety.
Literally GTA 5.
I like that Puss stands his ground, though, when Humpty tries to be like, come on. And
Yeah.
Puss is like, let me think about it.
Yeah, that
No.
did stand out to me too.
I really liked it
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of the times just to drive plot, I'm actually so very happy that he stood his ground because I feel a lot of the times to drive plot, the main character will be like, fine, one last heist, like Michael DeSanta being like, well, guess I'm gonna kill people again.
yeah. He just kind of went with it. He was all
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm training this Franklin guy. Trevor's back in my life."
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas with Puss, he says, no, I'm not gonna do this. Fuck off. Goodbye.
Right.
So then there has to be other means and other ways to have this new character influence our protagonist's
Right.
journey. And I like all these different elements coming in instead of just Puss being like, oh, this is my plot driver. Cool. I'm going to latch on and run with it.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. I like the way you put that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yes, the flashback scene. I really like their childhood, and I really to like solidify this as the big one. They've always wanted the golden egg
Yeah.
since they were kids. This is something that they've worked for virtually their entire lives. So I do like that aspect as well.
I
But what I
like the
wanted to talk
flashback.
about specifically with the as you were saying before I go on.
No?
Oh, I thought, okay, my bad. I don't like that Puss runs when
Yeah.
Humpty like robs the bank and lies to Puss and betrays Puss. Also, Humpty's kind of a bitch.
I hate Humpty.
Yeah, me too.
The fact that he frames him, like, and tries to put it on him, of course, I agree. Why did Puss run?
Yeah.
But the fact that Humpty used his best friend
And
like
brother.
lied to him, yeah.
It's like if I did that to you. If I was like, "Hey, Anubis, you know that thing that you really want to do? Let's go do that. JK, we just robbed the Bellingham Bank.
Or like if, hey, do you want to go to Costco? Yeah, cool. And then I see you walk into Taco Time and commit an armed robbery.
Right.
I'd be like,
Right.
It made me so, like, it actually made me mad.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the moment that I was just like, I can't like this character. Because that is one of the worst things you could possibly do.
Yeah.
Like, just in general. Like not to Puss specifically, just in general. Like, I think betraying your best friend's trust and framing him is, like, some of the, like, evilest shit you can do.
Especially because within the flashbacks, we get a very strong establishment that Puss has more of a sense of justice. It could be like a Robin Hood anti-hero sense of justice, because like that's what we know him for in the Shrek movies and such. But
He's
nonetheless,
a bounty hunter and an outlaw.
Yeah, exactly. He
And
has
to some, a hero.
Oh yeah,
Or sorry, to more, a hero.
to all a legend. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we see that develop so early on for him, but then Humpty tries to fucking ruin it.
Yeah. Which is awful.
It's so bothersome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it grinds my gears to the dust.
I do wish that, I do really wish Puss didn't run, though. That just made him look guilty.
I would have just been like, okay, I'll explain everything.
Yeah,
Cool.
me too. That is how I feel. That is what... I feel like that is how Puss should have reacted.
Yeah.
Just personally.
No, because so strongly running away and turning around and looking guilty and being like, because Humpty didn't have a blicky or a sword.
No.
Puss could have been like, no, I'm not moving.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's the one who chose to make himself an accomplice, really.
Yeah. Or like he could have stepped off the carriage and been
Right.
like, there you go.
Yeah, because he didn't know what was going on, and I'm sure if he, like, explained that to the constable, then
Things would have
things
turned out
would have
very
been
differently.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they don't trust him.
Humpty.
Yeah, Humpty. We talked about this. We considered 2 characters for the Hater Hall of Fame, but I think we decided neither of them fit.
We can do another little thing where just like, I hate this guy.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna make a joke. You and I are gonna be in the Hater Hall of Fame because of Humpty. Yeah,
Dude,
but
fuck Humpty.
definitely. Humpty is
We'll
thumbs
figure it out.
down.
You'll see the graphic once we decide a name.
Yeah.
And what title to give them.
Yep.
And then there's another entry later.
Yep. But yeah,
I will say,
I just realized. Oh my god. You should cover or mute the next part of what I'm about to say, or do something funny.
cut. J cut. Not actually cut. I'm sorry. That was in a direction. Ha ha ha. Anyway, what?
If you keep that in, just mute it and like put like I don't know hold
Wah,
music
wah, wah, wah,
or
wah.
that yeah.
Oh, hold music would be so
Hold
good.
music would be funny. Let's
Okay.
put hold music while we're talking because I think that'd be really funny.
Yeah, I'll add like a little mute thing on the top
Yeah.
corner. Okay, okay.
All
I
right.
like this.
All right. Now that that's out of the way, I don't have anything for them getting the beans from Jack and Jill.
Oh yeah, my next
My
one
next
comes.
like actual series of notes that I like is actually not until they get the golden goose.
I have a couple things before that. What I like, the things that I can appreciate about Humpty's character is that we get something with his like carriage that's super decked out and can fly.
Yeah.
He's very creative and innovative, and like when he made that flying contraption in the flashback, I was like, this guy's literally Assassin's Creed Da Vinci. And so I just wanted to mention that I do like that. I really like using stuff later on. And so the fact that in the flashback we saw that he's handsy, he can make contraptions. I like that he used that as his escape for the beanstalk. I also like that there was a dinosaur. Oh wait, no, it was the big ass
I was
goose.
gonna say it was a big goose, basically a dinosaur.
And now we're in the same spot.
Yeah, but no, I think the golden goose is cute, and I like that she just lays golden eggs constantly.
I like that they're actually heavy too.
Yeah,
Because it's a metal.
Yeah.
So you're like,
it's not this stupid Minecraft golden pickaxe, bro.
and they're kitties.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be fucking hard.
yeah. No, they do a really good job. I don't. What the fuck? One of my notes is the goose does not know she is being kidnapped. She was just living life, living la vida loca. What the fuck? It's my note, and I don't know why it's there.
I guess ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Living la vida loca. Her lips are tender red, and her skin's the color mocha.
Do you ever?
Technically, the goose's skin is pink, I think.
I thought it was white.
It might be white.
Do you
Trying to
ever
remember what
Do
shade
you ever
goose
think
look
and
like.
wonder why Humpty Dumpty ruined their descent with the leaf? Just like completely. They just.
Oh yeah,
They
when
just ruined it.
while they're like falling down, and he just goes, and then he's like, "Sorry."
Yeah, like
Why did he do that?
why? I don't.
I think I honestly don't think there's an in-universe reason why. I think the animators thought it was funny and it wasn't. Sorry.
That's maybe it might have been some like slapstick comedic relief.
Yeah.
It just pissed me off and made me hate
Because it
Humpty
didn't.
more.
If it looked more like an accident, I don't think it'd bother either of us as much.
Exactly.
But it really did bother me, and
That's like when I would watch Tom and Jerry at like 15 and be like, "Why is this mouse so mean?"
yeah. No, yeah. Humpty just hitting them all out of the air was so fucking stupid.
Dude.
And then he's like, "Sorry," like shut. Yeah.
Goodness
That was
gracious.
so dumb. That was so needless.
I hate Humpty.
Me
I hate him
too.
so much.
All right. I think this is my favorite scene of the movie. When they're all
campfire?
dancing. Yep. Campfire, dancing, the hardcore flirting between
Dude.
Kitty and Puss.
Yeah, I wrote that. I was like, they low-key start to flirt.
Yeah. Yes. I like that there's some foreshadowing for Humpty's twist, or for the twist that literally comes immediately following this.
Yeah, are you talking about Kitty, her dialogue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty's dialogue really implies,
So heavily.
yeah, so heavily that Humpty is the traitor. I just think it's kind of okay, but that's just because the twist for me is just kind of lackluster. Because I already hate Humpty.
I expected it. Well, no, I didn't
Honestly-
expect it. I just didn't. I wasn't surprised.
Right, yeah. I think if they did a better job at making Humpty likable,
Then I would have been like,
yeah. Because then I would have been like, oh no! But like the fact that I already didn't like him, and now, oh, he's the villain. It's crickets, bro. It's crickets.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. It's just a little crickets.
Yeah,
I was thinking of crickets.
I wasn't.
But no,
Good point.
the twist just doesn't work for me, really.
No, me neither.
And especially because Humpty betrayed Puss. Even
Again.
though and I get it, like Humpty thinks he was the one who was wronged, but like I feel like in general in a twist like this, even though it's clear that character A was betrayed by character B, it's less black and white. Like here, Puss is betrayed by Humpty. There's no getting around that.
There's
Usually
really not.
there's more gray involved to make the villain making the villain going
And Humpty's
evil
trying to
more
double down
realistic.
too.
Yeah,
And it pisses me off.
me too. I agree. And I think that's just why the twist just doesn't land.
And when he, I mean, this is jumping, but we're pretty much at the last. We're in the falling action.
Yeah.
But to jump ahead really quick, when he's revealed as a golden egg for his fucking departure, I was like, Oh, he was always golden. Oh. I
Yeah.
was still like, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Before we get to the, and then one of my last notes is that the hero's downfall moment also doesn't work for me because like, Puss didn't do anything wrong. Usually a hero's downfall, and like when they're at like the lowest point in the movie, it's because they made some sort of mistake. But
Like with Daedalus and Icarus
yes, that's a great example.
being too.
I love that example a lot. Holy shit. But yeah, like Puss didn't do anything wrong. He didn't make any mistakes. He was honestly more capable than Humpty at some points.
Yes.
So like,
More capable, more likable,
yeah,
more charismatic,
yep,
better.
yep. So like, when it's just Puss and he's got nothing and he gets betrayed, it just doesn't.
It's like, bruh, why is he just left in the desert alone?
Yeah.
I forgot what even comes to help him. Does he just walk?
He just walks, I think.
That's so badass.
Yeah.
He refuses to die. And then doesn't he?
I like how he responds to the hero's downfall, but like it's a very forced hero's downfall.
Yeah.
Not every story needs a hero's downfall. There's not one in the second movie.
Oh my god.
There's some low points for Puss, but Puss doesn't have a hero's downfall moment. And
Exactly.
in the second movie, it would have fit naturally.
The conflicts make more sense in the second one.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
They're just better written.
They're more reasonably resolved as well.
Yeah.
He has the elements present, and it's not something that kind of just feels like, well, this should happen, so it's gonna eventually.
I agree. That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, I don't even remember the ending, to be honest.
Of the first one?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't have that many notes on it. I like that Kitty decides to help him get out of prison.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
because he gets back to the town.
Oh, who
'Cause
was
he
in the
gets to
jail
town-
cell?
I don't know if. Oh wait, no, it was Jack. The Jack.
Oh, from the
Beanstalk.
giant beanstalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was super
Yeah.
funny.
I forgot about him.
I love that he was chained up and he was
Yeah.
like, wait.
Yeah, literally. Wait.
So funny.
Could have just left the whole time.
I did really like that
What
sequence.
did she say? What did Kitty say? And then he was just all like, "Thanks," and then he ran off.
I can't even
I can't remember that.
Yeah.
I just remember it was funny.
She also had another good line where she was saying to Puss as he was getting out, it was like, now we're even, or something along those lines.
I think that's what she did say.
Oh.
And then he was just like, "Okay," he just confused as fuck.
Yeah.
And then leaves. But I like that Kitty helps him. Humpty's just evil.
Fuck Humpty.
Yeah.
No redemption
Humpty is
in
just
my
evil.
eyes.
It's not. His redemption is introduced way too late into the already climax. Like he's
Yeah.
evil for most of the climax. They tried to redeem him in like the last 5 minutes of the movie.
I did not care for his death.
Nope. I appreciate the idea that there was always a good egg inside.
But he did nothing to show that.
Yeah, I appreciate the idea. I don't appreciate the execution.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a cute idea. It's really good on paper. It didn't really work, especially with Humpty.
Yeah, too bad their villain fucking sucks.
And then they did the boot dance at the end.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, that they also do in the second movie.
But they did it downward instead of upward.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, same difference. But
Yeah.
It was
No,
cool.
yeah.
It was a cool, really, really cool callback.
But yeah. Anyways, now that Humpty is deceased,
Time for like a segment adjacent.
segment adjacent.
Yeah. Which will probably just be a bunch of editing. But
How do we want to do this?
I don't know.
Because we're not honoring Humpty,
Uh-uh.
but
He did, but we don't like him.
yeah, but we want to talk about.
We'd like to propose rather a moment of silence, instead a moment of noise.
A moment of noise.
Which I don't know how that would work. I think
Let's just go wah into the mic for a second. A moment of noise. Thumbs down to Humpty Dumpty.
Fuck Humpty.
Rotten hell, you rotten bastard.
Yeah. Fuck you. Just talking shit on him.
Yeah.
That's the moment of noise.
That
And
is the
another
moment.
thing.
And another thing. But yeah.
Oh, maybe
That's
we
the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. C.
See, I agree.
Yeah.
Cause like, I was okay watching it. I was laughing really hard at certain points, but in general, it has a lot of faults.
Yeah.
So it's very middle line for me.
I agree. All right,
And then we get
to the real main event.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep. This is already going really high on both of our lists.
It's like in my top 3 ever.
You've seen it, you said 17, 18 times?
Yeah.
He's seen it more than me. So, like, if
Oh,
he watches a
gosh.
movie more than me, you know he really likes it because I'm the type of person who rewatches, and
And
not
see,
everyone is like that.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favorite movie ever, and
Really?
it'll stay up there probably for a really long time. But still, Puss in Boots I've seen, like 18 or 19 times, was that watch. I've seen it so much.
I didn't know it was your favorite. I don't know if you guys know this, which you probably don't, but Everything Everywhere All at Once is the movie after the next episode of the Rocky series. That'll be
movie's
the
so
first Blockbuster Banter on the
Fucking
go.
good. Oh,
I'm going to watch it with my auntie.
you should.
Yeah. How are we going to watch Creed 1 and 2?
I guess we can just make that episode a week later, even though we've been swapping it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to figure it out now. But yes, Everything Everywhere All at Once will be the first Blockbuster Banter on the go. I'm very excited.
It's
I
so
didn't know it was your favorite movie.
I
I'm even
sobbed.
more excited.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, it's a great movie. So,
It's
all right.
phenomenal.
But Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
What an opening.
What an opening. That's also my first note.
Starbright. Yeah, Antonio
Yeah.
Banderas' voice
So beautiful.
feels like bark that's just chipping off an old tree, but it's still so like foamy and rich and warm, and
Yeah.
it just oh,
It's great.
I love
He's
his voice so
he's
much.
a very talented actor and voice actor.
of course,
Yeah.
dude. And we watched it in 4K.
Yeah. That's actually my next
Awooga.
note. This movie looks so beautiful, especially in the 4K and my TV. My TV's just goat.
Dude, I was sober and it felt like I was watching some Coco Melon sensory shit. It looked fucking crazy. the when they're introducing the dark forest and they have like the edges with coming up with the flowers and all that other just foliage. It was so beautiful
agree.
and enchanting, and I was like, I'm in a wow.
I know, it's rewatching this one is so much fun.
Each and every time.
Yeah.
I found a whole new appreciation with this watch too, taking notes on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed taking notes on this one too. My favorite song. Who is your favorite fearless hero? Who is your favorite fearless hero?
I don't
Puss
know.
in Boots.
I don't know what he's playing. I don't think it's a liar.
I
It's.
don't think it is either.
I thought it was one of those ones that has like the headstock just goes, but
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at that.
I'll figure it out and put it up in an edit.
Yes. But yeah, I think it's very catchy, and it perfectly sets up his character for this movie.
The intro is so okay. I'm probably gonna glaze, but that's okay.
Nah,
'cause
not glaze.
I'm gonna dick ride this movie so hard.
We're both going to.
The intro cinematic with, again, the music, the Latin inspiration, it's so fun and energetic. And I like the points where the soundtrack, like, comes down a little bit to introduce some dialogue, but then it immediately picks back up.
Yes.
Like with the,
So good.
I barely
I love
noticed this time, but the repair strikes when they were doing a little battle
when you
was in
mentioned
rhythm.
You noticed that. I had already noticed it, but I'm very glad that you caught on to that because
was the first time.
it's an awesome detail.
It was so fun.
That's what I love about rewatching movies in general. So you always find details like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I saw anything new on this particular viewing,
Yeah.
but I'm happy you did. I'm happy you discovered that because it's so cool.
I saw Death in the Back by, like, times 7.
Yeah. All of Death's appearances, man.
Such good foreshadowing.
Yeah. I would like to add that my cat did watch the Fearless Hero song.
He did.
Yeah, like he came out, and he hung out with us a lot of the movie, but he wasn't particularly watching the TV screen. But during Fearless Hero, my cat watched.
He was watching.
One
It
of
was
my
Oliver.
notes. Yep.
You gotta give me an image of. Or wait, I have plenty of
I was
pictures of
gonna
Oliver.
say you've taken so many.
Oliver.
This will be the first time that they see Oliver since I think he was outside of my room during the anime corner.
Oh yeah.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. He might have been at the window. He likes the window. He likes his bed on my bed. He likes under my bed.
I also like your bed.
Good, I'm glad. Considering how often we're on it together. What? What? Woo, woo, woof. I need a coffee break. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so he might have been in the room while I was recording the anime corner. I don't think he was, but
Yeah.
this will be the first time that they get pictures of little Lord Oliver Garment on the
Garmadon.
5th.
Full name.
Yep, full legal name.
But
One day you guys will meet him in an anime corner episode, and he's gonna meow like crazy because I'm gonna pick him up and show him to the camera, and he's gonna go meow. Meow. He hates being picked up. I don't know why.
and you love picking him up.
I love picking him up. I keep giving him dry food or wet food because he loves wet food and hates treats. Not every time I pick him up, but most times I pick him up, so that he associates it with good.
Yeah.
That's what I read online.
Yeah, that's
And I can't give him treats because every time I give him treats, he'll sniff it and walk away. I'm just like, buddy, eat.
you're missing out.
Yeah. Come on. Be like Puss in Boots. Bro literally grabs people's drinks in the middle of combat.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Such a
Yeah, that was coffee, so he went crazy right after. But yeah, the fight with the giant, so beautiful. I love that it's animated in twos. I don't think the whole movie is animated in twos. I think it's just the fight scenes. There were parts of the
maybe.
movie that were 100% animated in twos.
Oh, that's a good point. A lot of some shit felt super crisp.
Yeah. Yeah, and the point of animating in twos is usually fight scenes anyways, to make them more stylized and comic booky. That was
which I-
the whole idea behind
it's
Spider-Verse's
so
animation
cool.
style.
I love how it looks.
I agree. It takes a long time, but I do love it a lot.
I think it's the product that they gave. Incredible.
I agree.
Phenomenal.
It's so good.
Such insane animation.
I know. It's so talented. What I would give to work on a movie like that.
Yeah. And then he gets murked on the 8th bell and loses his 8th
Yep.
life.
I will say, before we get to the doctor scene, why the fuck do these people have fireworks when they live this close to the giant? They knew who he was.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So, like, well, I guess it were the governor's fireworks, and the governor was kind of a dick and a dumbass.
Yeah, save me, Puss, if it's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
But yeah, I just found it silly. That might be like the one, I don't even want to call it a flaw, the one nitpick that I have for this movie. I just find it a little silly that these people live this close to the giant, know about the giant, and then have fireworks to
Or
wake
if
him
they're
up.
having those fucking fiestas as
Yeah.
often as they do, I imagine it gets just loud as is.
Yeah. But that wasn't enough to wake him up. The fireworks were, so. Yeah, if they
yeah.
party that often, do they firework that often? Do they get attacked that often?
True. They're like, Puss, we want to have a party on Friday.
Can you make sure the sleeping giant doesn't attack the town again?
Thanks.
But yes, as you mentioned, he is killed by the 8th bell and loses his 8th life. Death is in the crowd in that
It's so
sequence.
cool.
It's so cool.
Just ominously looking on, being
It
like,
also adds to like the reveal in a twist that actually works. Death is Humpty Dumpty. Jack and Jill are. I'm drawing parallels.
Oh.
Death is Humpty Dumpty, new theory. This is the Sansa's Nest theory of Blockbuster Banter.
Oh my god, this episode's 5 hours long.
And you see, because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, death is in fact Humpty Dumpty reincarnated.
What you were saying? Jack and Jill is who?
Yeah, Jack and Jill are Goldie and the Three
Oh,
Bears.
of course.
There's no real Jack Horner in the first movie.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Jack Horner's so good.
yeah. Jack Horner's so good he doesn't need to, and the crew's kind of the same.
Oh, the baker's dozen?
No. The main crew, like the Puss and
Oh,
Co.
Puss and Kitty.
Yeah,
And
Puss,
then instead of
Kitty, and
Humpty-
then we have a third.
Yeah.
Better third. way better third.
Phenomenal better
All of
third.
the characters are way more likable, including Jack Horner.
Yeah.
Which is saying something. I
Yeah,
think the
in the
reason
face,
Jack
why?
Horner is likable, despite just being straight up evil, is because the movie doesn't try to sell him as anything but.
Yeah, exactly. He's so clearly defined as what he is.
Yeah.
Because
And Humpty isn't.
yeah, they try to give Humpty a redemption, whereas Jack, they're like, no, this guy just fucking sucks.
Yeah. I agree.
You're not gonna shoot a puppy, are you? Yeah, in the face. Why?
Why?
Like, that's comedy gold,
Yeah.
dude.
I am convinced John Mulaney improv'd all of his lines, and they made a movie around it.
Maybe. Well, just come in and freestyle, dude.
Yeah.
What would you say in this situation?
Like, he walked into a studio, said all of Jack Horner's lines, and then they made a movie and a story around it.
That's probably why production took so long, because
Yeah.
they're like, how do we make a movie out of this? And they're like, I don't know, figure it out.
Yep. Anyways,
Oh, yeah, the doctor scene.
the doctor scene. I like the doctor scene, and
I
like,
love it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It is pure comedy. My candidate for the quote, which ended up losing, was "Death comes for us all" from the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Doctor. I like all the foreshadowing done there. I like all of just the start of Puss's character, and just like putting the retirement home in his face.
And I
For
feel
later
like
theming.
that makes much more sense as like a hero's downfall or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
You know, because he's falling from grace, but not even by choice. It's like he's fearful for
Right.
not even fearful yet, but he at least recognizes that he's on his last leg.
Yeah.
And so there's really, if he wanted to risk it, he could, but there's almost nothing else he could do.
Right. I agree.
But I also like how I kind of mentioned to you, I noticed that in this movie, in particular with the cats, I can't remember. Well, I guess Perito as well. The animals, it feels like they're bipedal animals
Yeah.
instead of anthropomorphic animals.
I agree, and I like that more.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
fun because I imagine I used to have a little kitty named Alvin. He was also an orange tabby. And so thinking about him in some boots and a hat with a rapier, I'm like, that's Alvin.
that's
That's
cute.
him. So I like that. I like that scene for that
One of
reason
my
as well.
now we're on to one of my favorite scenes of this movie, and actually, animation as a whole, Death's introduction.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best villain introductions ever, in my opinion. The wide shot with no one there, and Puss is just alone in the bar drinking his milk.
Oh, from the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the same shot, but with Death now being there, looming over him.
Oh.
Obviously, at this point, we don't know he's Death, which I love that they kept that a secret.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, it's cat and dog.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love just Death's characterization, just in general. He's so good. He's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think that's why this movie hits very, very much. Also, because I think with Death, everyone will have a fear of death when faced with it. A lot of people can say they're going to laugh at the face of death. A lot of people are going to say they're okay with dying. But I think when it's actually happening, everyone will be scared.
Yeah.
Some people might accept it. Some people might not show it. But it's a death. You don't know what happens next. And it's truly the end. And there's
It's
nothing that can happen after. So the fact that the first thing that Puss is afraid of is later revealed to be death is perfect.
so
Perfect. I'm sorry. But I love that it's death. I love death so
and I
much.
really like how
Also the fight scene, just so cool.
his character still kind of seeps out even when death is introduced because he still tries to be arrogant and be like, fear me if you dare, blah, blah, blah. To just this guy who's like, oh, this is just like everyone else. I laugh in the face of... Oh, yeah, Puss in Boots...
All of the
Puss in
hints
Boots
in the
laughs.
scene are really good.
He
Because
laughs
he's
in
just
the
all
face
like,
of
I
death.
laugh in the face of death. And he's all like,
So I've heard. I love that so fucking much.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
His
and-
arrogance is still seeping through so strongly.
Right.
And it's
'Cause-
immediately diminished.
Yeah, because the reality has not set in for Puss yet that this is his last life.
Even when he gets nipped and cut, I don't think he's like, death is trying to kill me. He's just like,
He's about
I'm
to die.
on my last life.
Yeah.
I'm bleeding. I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah, because Puss in Boots has never been touched by a blade.
Oh.
Never been touched.
Oh, yeah. Great callback. I
Thank you.
forgot about that. Oh, and the soundtrack too. How it like
It was so eerie. It was such a good
it was
soundtrack for that moment.
so fucking good.
But yeah, no. My note for that is blood in a kids movie. I love that, and I
know.
love that they don't tell us Puss is. I mean, they kind of tell us Puss is afraid, like because like that's
his-
like I
his
can
hair,
smell fear.
too.
Well, that's showing,
Oh,
but they show he's afraid before they tell us. Really good, really
yeah.
good show. Don't tell.
Bars.
Granted, they do tell because Death literally says, "I love the smell of fear." That's just kind of Death's thing. I think that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And it works because it's after the show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like at the end when Puss is getting ready to run away.
Yep. But, like, I just love the way they conveyed Puss's fear. And even more so, just after the scene, he does retire and he dies.
And he's
He
like,
buries the
"Fuck that
legend."
shit, I'm done."
Yeah.
Which understandably so.
Yeah.
It's like the hero's downfall, not even downfall, him being accepting, maybe going back to normality or whatever you might call it, just different from being outward and trying to fight bounties and all this and that.
Yeah, I agree.
He's very much like, I'm good.
Yeah. Really, I'm happy with just that whole sequence, following it, and Puss's thoughts and how they convey them. It's very well
And
done.
it's just well written. It feels reasonable. There's never a point where I'm like, well, I'm always engaged and really wondering like, wow, this is only like 30 minutes into the movie.
Right.
What are we gonna do? What is Puss going to do?
Yeah, I agree. And then we get to meet Perito.
Oh yeah.
I think Goldie and the Bears, I don't have a lot of notes on them. Most of my notes come from later when their characters are fully realized.
I see.
But, so I think Goldie and the Three Bears sniffing through the town and finding Puss has already happened at this point before we meet Perito. But I don't remember 100% because I didn't take a note on it.
That happened. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I love Perito.
I also.
He fits into the live life in the moment theme that his entire character represents.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. There's a theory that Perito is life, where the wolf is death.
I like that. Because at
Yeah, I like it too.
the little jump at the end where he's like, I've only had one life, but it's been plenty, or like fulfilled with just you and Kitty in it.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah, I really.
And he refuses to die. Getting a sock and a rock and a river. How the hell are you gonna come back
Like,
with
holy
that?
shit! Like, yeah, the people or his litter are awful.
Yeah. Good. That's a cool theory. I like that. I'm gonna choose to believe it.
Yeah, I've kind of chosen to believe it too.
Yeah.
And I really like the idea that he is life. At the very least, the theming of his character is life in general. But I like to imagine that he is the personification of life. Or how Death would put it, he's life straight up. But I choose to also believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I put a note that the cat that we found really
yeah.
annoying from the first movie was a callback.
Callback.
Thank God it only happened once. Same cat, too.
Yeah. Total of 3 times. It was
Yeah.
the same cat.
Yeah, it was the same gray cat with green eyes.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Oh, I'm kidding.
like-
I need to stop. But yeah.
Let's see.
And then Goldie and the Three Bears show up, and Puss learns he can get his limes back, and the legend.
Well,
Then he springs into action.
I also like though how he's a little fearful when they come up because he's like he sees a baby's snout and he's like, oh
yeah.
fuck,
He
oh
found
fuck,
me. The wolf has found me. Yeah.
he found me. And also I really like where Mama's like I don't know who it is, but he's like, is this him? He's like, you think this fucking sorry piece of shit ugly excuse? And Puss is
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Right. Yeah. Puss is like, damn, I've really fallen.
Damn, Puss really fell off, low key. Yeah. But then, as you were saying, I do like the complete just 180 of the setting, the environment, the tone, the atmosphere. It's
Yep.
completely different from the rosy green pasture,
Yeah. Yeah.
which makes sense, and it's a great intro for Jack Horner.
Yup.
We're at the next level.
Yes. Why does Jack Horner look like the colossal titan with a baby face?
True. He is Berthold. Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Even though I've only
Berthold is the colossal titan and Reiner is the armored titan. That reveal, wild.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah, literally, literally. When he said that, I looked at Tyler. I was like, "Can you rewind?" Other Tyler that I watch Attack on Titan with.
No, you're just talking in the third person.
Yeah, I talk in the third person. Like I looked. Drive up to Tyler and I'm just like, hey, can rewind? What the fuck? And he just looks at me like, I knew it. Like he already knew I was gonna ask for a rewind because that was so wild. And he did the custom subtitles for it. So instead of having the subtitles at the bottom of the screen, he put them above their heads.
Oh
No, and it worked. It worked so well because like Mikasa and Hanji are talking at that time, and that's like the forefront. And then just over their heads, I just see them say, or I see Reiner say that, and I'm like,
get ready for some even crazier
Anyways.
twists, dude.
yeah,
But yeah.
Jack Horner looks like the colossal titan with a baby face. Like, I'm not taking that back. It's really funny in my opinion. I do like his design though. Just,
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
I'll pronounce this pie
Delicious.
or however, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the theme.
Also, then we get his backstory and stuff, and like see his like how he loves collecting magical artifacts. Pinocchio is the whole reason this movie happens. He made Jack evil by being better than him. That's when Jack went because
Oh,
of
I
jealousy.
guess.
Because that's what he said. He said, "No, people didn't care about my pies. They cared about a stupid puppet." So he blames Pinocchio
Oh, that's true.
for
And
his misfortune.
Puss wouldn't even know about the map if
Right.
Jack wasn't trying to.
Right. Because Jack now wants all magic,
Okay.
and
okay.
then he gets the map.
I'm not a Star
And
Wars
then
fan, but
Puss comes to steal the map, and then
is this like that theory that one dude is a Sith?
that Jar Jar's a Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel
Pinocchio is a Sith Lord.
okay.
Darth Pinocchio.
Exactly. He set the whole thing in motion.
Yeah. Pinocchio set the whole thing in motion unwillingly. Because if Pinocchio never did that, Puss would have just retired and been in the nursery home for 2 hours. And we would have just watched cat antics.
True. Slice of life, Puss in Boots.
Yeah, so thank you, Pinocchio, for doing your "I'm a real boy, no strings on me" thing that he did.
Yeah.
Because you made Jack Horner evil and gave us one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we already talked about Kitty's introduction, so I think we can
Yeah.
just cut to the chase scene. Unless there's anything you want to add about Kitty's introduction, but I don't.
We can go right to them just running away.
Yeah, when they run away and they get in the carriage, and Purita's like, "Oh, I found the sandwich."
Yep.
I love that shit.
Foreshadow sandwich.
Yeah. But I really like that Death shows up in the crowd and he does the coin thing.
The coin thing is so fucking cool.
I know.
And that's not even my favorite introduction of him.
No.
My favorite's the following one. It actually gave me chills when I was watching it for the first time at the cinema.
The one at the canyon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that I was getting that one right.
Yeah. I also feel like Death comes at the perfect time.
I think my favorite one is actually, he comes at the perfect time every time, I think. I find it interesting, and I actually want to discuss this. Why do you think Death doesn't go after Puss at the retirement home?
Well, because it seems like he would. Because I think it's at the end when Death is like, I came here to find an arrogant person who like laughs in the face of death. But I feel like at the nursery, at that point, Puss had at least a majority in his being had accepted.
Yeah.
Like giving up his arrogance and giving up the mantle.
That's kind of my thoughts on it too.
So
Because I'm not nitpicking or like even criticizing the movie. I'm just genuinely curious. Because like I feel like that is important choice by Death's character to
Agreed.
not attack Puss at his lowest.
Yeah.
Because
Because
I agree.
at that point, he's not chasing the same person anymore.
I agree. That's what I was thinking of too.
Whereas at that chase scene, Puss is like giving off money and like doing this extravagant stuff and putting his life in danger again. So I feel like that's the perfect time for Death to be like, "You're coming back out. So I'm here. I'm watching you again."
Yeah, I agree.
Such a good entrance.
I agree. But yeah.
And then we have the new trio
Yeah,
join
our
up
new
for the first
trio.
time.
Yeah.
Gatito Blade.
The Gatito Blade. Oh. Yeah. I like that the three main groups that are going after the star at this point, four if we want to count Death, but he's not after the star, he's after Puss.
Yeah.
But I like how Goldie represents family, because these are all wishes that people would realistically make. But Goldie represents family. Horner represents power.
Of
and
course.
then Puss and Co. just kind of is just like the meaning of life, really.
Or like longevity.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Because Burrito doesn't have a wish, because he's already content with his life. Kitty feels like she needs someone to trust, because her whole life she doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And then Puss feels like he needs his other
lives back. Yeah.
8 lives, because he doesn't want to die and he's scared. So I think like those all kind of fall into that longevity that you're talking about.
I feel like, yeah, the main driving forces for each character or each third makes so much sense for what they represent.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't want them to have any other wish.
I agree.
What if Goldie wanted a Rolls Royce or some shit? That'd be fucking stupid.
Literally. Yeah, the wishes are all very like real and very like yeah, like these are realistic. But yeah.
And then we get that cool montage
Yeah.
scene.
That was kind of my note during the cool montage while they were showing them all off.
The sandwich
now-
bite.
Burritos is my favorite just because of him
Yep.
finally eating the sandwich. Finally, literally, not even 5 minutes ago. And then we're at the Dark Forest.
Yes.
It's so cool. I like the Dark Forest.
I love the Dark Forest sequence.
I like how each of the characters do get a chance to hold on the map and go through a trial of their own.
Yeah. Like, everyone except Jack, right? I don't think Jack ever...
Yeah, Jack doesn't hold it, but I think that's just because that's a testament to how he's never going to change.
And he's never going to get his wish.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
how I'm going to choose to interpret the story choice of not letting him hold the map.
I actually fuck with that.
Yeah,
That makes
because like
sense.
every character that does hold the map, like while they're holding the map and while their map is front and center, or their path, they go through some sort of trial and they grow in those moments. And Jack isn't capable of that, so he doesn't get to hold it.
I like that interpretation. How long do we have in here? Till 12?
We only got 14 minutes, but I don't have a lot of notes left.
Okay, perfect.
Once we get to the
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Tearing and Smasher Pass is going to be quick. Cool.
so yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Snap back to reality. Let's see.
Whoops.
I
I'm
like...
booting up the cast list right now so
Okay.
that it's all ready. But
I think
keep
I,
going.
I mentioned this to you. I really like how the posies are... They're not just flowers. One might think that they're just flowers because of
aren't they, like,
Perito.
little, like fly traps.
Yeah. Oh, and they were also fucking up the baker's
Yeah.
dozen, turning that guy into actual bones.
Yeah, no, they just sucked up the bone, the muscle, the blood, all of it.
So
They left the bone.
not even sinew or
Yeah,
tissue or anything.
nothing.
So I really liked that it's still a perilous trial place,
Yeah.
but it just depends on how
On
for
how you
who
look
it
at
is.
it, yeah.
Because you're like encroaching on someone else's path.
Yeah, Perito just kind of already knows how he's gonna get through it.
Exactly.
But
You
I
smell
agree.
the roses.
Yeah, it is still a trial even for him. My next note is just how much significance the Gatito blade has.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't take notes for like the pocket posies and a lot of stuff. But yeah, anyways, I like that the Gatito blade is like a gift given to him by Kitty. And when he uses it later while fighting Death at the climax, that makes her happy.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it shows that Puss has stuff in his current life to be sufficient and help him live.
Yeah.
Help him live life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you had anything about the panic attack scene.
I do.
Okay.
I have one more thing before that.
Okay.
I love that Death doesn't appear on the map.
Oh,
Yeah,
I never thought about
he's
that.
not once on the map. I've seen this movie so many times, and that was actually a question I had during the first time I ever watched it. I was just like, where the fuck is a wolf on this map? And then it hit me once he's revealed to be Death. I love that he's not on the map. It also makes all of his appearances in the Dark Forest even scarier because
Yeah, you're like,
you can't
what
track him
the
like everyone else.
Yeah, where'd he come from?
Yeah,
That's such a good point.
yeah.
That's so cool.
yeah. But then, they play fetch with Perito on accident, and he gets kidnapped, and Death shows up. That's your favorite introduction of Death? Like, when he just shows up?
When he's having like his skin crawling again,
Yeah.
I actually felt like I got tense watching it for the first time in the cinema. I was like, "Oh, what?" And then it panned to Death, and I literally felt my whole body like feel like I got sonic boomed.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, I've
Fair
never
enough.
felt this before."
Yeah. Okay.
So it was really
That's
fucking
cool. I love that.
And it induces a great panic attack scene.
Yep. One of my favorite scenes in the movie.
And I like that Perito gets to use it.
Yep.
Well, he doesn't get to use his belly, but he gets to therapy dog.
Yeah, he does get to therapy dog.
He lives his
That-
dream.
That was one of my things. It's so simple, yet is the best way to calm Puss down. Just also, I love no soundtrack, just heart thumping.
Yeah.
It's so good. Such a great panic
Like
attack
ears
scene.
ringing. I can't think of anything else other than how stressed I am
Yeah.
right now.
Stresses me out too, which makes a really good panic attack scene, just
Of
like Riley's
course.
in Inside Out too.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then Puss drops it. What happened at Santa Coloma?
And Kitty
There was a
overhears
church with a wedding and guests.
I like a
And
lot
Kitty.
that Kitty learns about it. I mentioned this to you indirectly from Puss, is that she has this sort of not upper hand, but I feel like there's a
Yeah,
beauty.
in the next scene too. Yeah.
I feel like there's a beauty just in general in life, finding out about something to any extent, and not using it against anyone, not using it for any sort of purpose. It's just having that within you and having that knowledge and being like, well, I will hold this, and I will think about it, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
act on it. I'm not going to forcefully use it.
Yeah.
So I like that Kitty does that, and I like
me
that they do
too.
that.
Me too. I like that she forgives him pretty much. They're 100% going to get married in the future now that
Sure
he's
hope so.
changed.
Kittens.
Yes. My next thing is not until Death's reveal, pretty much. I got a couple notes on that.
I mean, that's right. I thought it was fun when they were like trying to get Perito back, and like his
Yeah.
little "you fart"
Yeah,
something
that was
nugget.
fun. I
But
locked the cut of his jib.
yeah,
Yeah.
that part was really funny.
But yeah.
Orphan
Okay.
lottery.
But yeah, to just speed it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm,
We only got a little bit under 10 minutes. So,
Then we get the
But
death
yeah,
reveal in the star
I
battle.
love Death's reveal. I think it's really good. Some people complain about the fact that he says, "I'm Death straight up." I actually like that.
It was cool.
I liked it. It was scary. I like that he shows up again when Puss is alone. He gets closer every single time.
Yeah.
Like, carriage, pretty far away. Canyon, getting closer, and then he finally catches up.
They finally meet up,
Yeah.
and even then, there's still time for their final actual interaction.
Yep. I love that Puss once again runs. But I love that he renounces his former lives.
Yeah.
It perfectly sets up the climax.
Agreed.
And then he runs away again from like Kitty and Perito, bringing us to the climax. But before we go there, his weapons, Death is. I know you and I already talked about this.
Oh,
but
his
I wanna
sickles?
throw it-
Yeah.
But like Death is typically conveyed with the scythe, because Death, like the Grim Reaper, is meant to harvest souls.
Of course.
Sickles were made in the Middle Ages in a response to how deadly a scythe is. So they were like, what if we made the scythe but for war and not for harvesting? And so Death using sickles instead of a scythe in this movie hits when you know the significance of the weapons.
Yeah, and they actually battle it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I really like the choice on
Yeah.
Death using sickles and not a scythe like he would typically.
It's so cool.
Yeah. But now we're at the climax. And
We're
for
at the
my
star.
quote, after Kitty chews him out, he like clutches the map and he's like, Kitty,
Death is after me. Yeah.
But yeah, I do love that Kitty calls him out.
I love that everyone can perceive death now.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, who the fuck is that?
Right. When he just walks through the barrier that literally killed someone.
Oh my god. I would be shitting my pants.
Yeah. Like, we saw somebody literally die, and we saw another person almost die, and then this guy just walks through it and starts whistling. I love the final fight. It's perfect. I like that Puss admits he can't win.
Yeah.
Like, he's able to get a few good hits out, but Death is never going to tire out. Death is going to have a bajillion other tricks we probably haven't seen. We've never seen him do the fire thing.
Yeah, and he just pulled that out.
Yeah. Like, imagine what other abilities he's hiding. I like that he gets pissed off when he realizes Puss isn't an arrogant little legend.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
he's
why am I putting my food again? Yep.
And the fact that he wins with the Gatito blade.
Fucking, I came here to something with an arrogant person who laughed in the face of death.
Yeah.
Gets close, I don't see him anymore.
Yeah. It's beautiful, and it's rewarding.
And I think my quote is his exit, where he says, "Live your life, Puss in Boots. Live it well."
Yeah. I really like that the second time, the first time they meet, his lives flash before his eyes. We get a little snippet of Shrek and Donkey too.
Yeah.
But like we get to see everything. This time, it's just this is life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like that.
I love it a lot.
Yeah, me too. He changes. Puss changes a lot.
It's a full circle.
Team friendship. And then, the final shot of the movie is I'm gonna go.
It's a far,
visit-
far away.
Yeah.
Oh, can't
The
wait for
far,
Shrek
far away
5.
sign.
If Shrek 5
Shrek
does
5, I
not
think
have
it's
kitties, I'm
in
gonna
2026.
I'm gonna fuck someone up.
That was also. I probably could have added that to the movie news, but that one is like 2 or 3 months old.
Yeah,
so.
that's an old announcement. S plus
S plus.
tiers.
We
S plus
put
tiers.
both of these movies in the same spot.
Current standing.
I think
It's
this is
at
my
the
third
top.
S plus.
I think this is my second one.
I think this is my second one too.
I can't remember.
It's my middle. My favorite movie we've watched is still Rocky 2. So for my S plus, it would be Rocky 2, Puss in Boots, and then Interstellar. So the next time I add a movie to my S plus, which looking at our current lineup, I don't think I will for a while. But if I add another movie to my S plus tier, then Interstellar will be the one that's getting booted down to S.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep just the top 3 as S tier
Oh.
or S plus tier. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to do that, obviously. That's just me personally.
I'll probably do 5.
Fair enough. I might steal 5. Anyways.
Time for the
Blockbuster
Banter.
Smash or Pass. Yeah. Did you say spin?
I was gonna say the full name, Blockbuster Banter, but Blockbuster Smash or Pass works.
Oh, I was gonna say Blockbuster Banter Smash or Pass too. I don't know why I didn't.
Look at us.
My bad. All right. Who the fuck is Mustache Man? I'm ignoring that.
Smash.
All right. Smash. I don't know who Mustache Man is, but
neither.
Smash. All right. We'll make this go a little quick. All right, we're gonna start with the cat.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Humpty, Alexander, Dumpty.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Damn, we're so in sync. Jack. Pass.
Pass.
Chill. Pass.
Pass. It's really
Kitty.
a smash.
Smash.
Love Kitty.
Yeah.
She's great.
I'm gonna save the main character for later.
Okay.
All right. Goldie.
Smash.
Smash.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a more reluctant. No, that's a bad way to put it. Reluctant is not the correct word to use there. It's like, she's not really my type, but still smash,
I get you.
if that makes sense. Yeah. Purito.
Pass.
Friend.
Yeah, a friend zone.
I'm friend zone.
Forgot about
burrito.
friend zone.
Mama bear.
Pass.
Pass. I'm not fucking a bear.
Yeah.
We did not think about that with the cat. Baby bear.
Pass.
I'm pretty sure he's still a minor. I'm not sure because he's in
Bear
Shrek,
years.
and it's been 10 years since Shrek 4, apparently. Papa Bear.
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
I like the cut of his chip. Jack Horner.
Pass.
Pass. We didn't do.
We didn't.
noise.
Oh.
Shit.
Moment of noise. Wow. Moment of noise for Jack Horner. Okay.
There. I forgot that
Yeah, I
too.
know.
But yeah, pass. Moment of noise as well. Death.
Smash.
Smash.
Hard smash,
Hard
dude.
smash. Do you know how much bragging rights I'll have going around saying I fucked
fucked
the
his
Grim
ass.
Reaper,
Yeah.
Grim Reaper? And the one and only legend. Puss in Boots.
Smash.
Smash.
Distinguished gentleman.
Distinguished gentleman.
All right. Sorry if that felt a little rushed. We were just coming up on our
Oh
time.
my god. The cat is played by the same person in both movies.
He reprised his role. We're so back.
We're so back. But yeah.
Your outro.
Oh, it's my outro, yes. Next week, we will be doing the next episode of the Rocky series, which will be Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
But thank you for tuning in for this episode of Blockbuster Smash or Pass. Please speak with us in the comments. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.
I wanted to say bye like Markiplier. Bye-bye.
I was tempted to also.